bit. I'll be right back. Well, as it is 8 o'clock, I will be right back and hopefully join in on the Classic Radio Roundup.
Something, another mic for the Trinidad, but can't do that. Between the Trinidad and the anytone just by flipping the switch on the bottom of the mic.
That works. Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's always different options. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes you get too much going on, you can't figure it all out.
Yep, I hear that. You checked keeping the switch in the electronic mode with the Trinidad, and it doesn't work, right?
That would be correct, yeah, it won't. I have to flip it over to, if I want to go back to Trinidad, I got to flip the switch. I don't know which way is electronic and which way is what, but I know it's different. So, but that's what you got to do. That's not bad. Just a flip of a switch for either radio, so that's good.
Yeah, unlike the old D104, which you got to go inside.
Oh, yeah, I know. Exactly. And the M2 don't work on the Trinidad at all. It don't receive, it don't audio, it don't do nothing.
Okay, you got a little bit more complicated situation going on there than I do.
Yes, indeedy. That's the deal. But anyway, at least I know I can use this with the other one, swap it back and forth. And that's okay. I'm not going to complain about that. Just, see, if I had that other adapter to do the opposite, then I could use the 104 on the Trinidad. That would be interesting to see what that sounded like, but I think I already did that. I think I did. I don't remember. And good evening, Joker. I did hear you in there. I wasn't trying to ignore you. I was just kind of, occupied.
Oh, okay.
like Goose gets them microphones up and running, huh? He is definitely the microphone guy. That's awesome.
He is the mic master.
I was putting my my little cover on the screw there, or the little cover on the switch, and I dropped the screw in the microphone. And I guess I got to take it apart to get it out.
It seems like your power is kicking in and out. You're going from different S unit levels, and I can hear like a buzz. Something going on there, Jim.
Yeah. My screw dropped inside the mic, and I got to take the mic apart to get the screw back out. So it might be seeing with something.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Hello, Classic Radio Roundup 441. Spitfire, checking in.
Good evening, Spitfire.
Countywide radio on your Snowman Memorial heavy metal transmitter.
Heavy metal, all right.
That's right, my heavy metal transmitter.
That is the epitome of heavy metal, too.
All 88 pounds of my transmitter.
He's heavy, but he functions.
Does what I need to do when I need to do it, where I need to get it to. Travels a lot further on the airwaves than the actual transmitter will ever go. It's too damn heavy. One man's junk is another man's treasure.
That's for sure.
It's my treasure, and I'm keeping it. So who all's in here? I'm a little late to the party.
Well, we got JR in there, and Joker stopped in, and somebody else was out there. I don't know who it was, though.
I'm in here listening, too.
Hiya, Wayne.
Hi, Pete. Hi, Alley Cat. The rest of the gang.
Hi, Wayne.
I was just testing my meter. For some reason, the SWR isn't reading. Power's okay.
You know what my friend down in Thorndale does with that stuff? He calls them up, says, hey, I'm sending it back. And he sends them back. And they'll repair them.
Well, all my meters are metering, so I don't know. I don't need to worry about it. Everything looks good here at the command and control center of the Spitfire radio station.
Alright, 792 treetop tall over there in central Michigan until we do it again, my friend. Yeah, this is showing about 30 watts, 40 watts dead key on swinging to about 60. But the SWR I know is 1.9 to 1, and it's staying down on 0.
Well, you can't blame it on the rain because we haven't had any in 32 days.
No, I wouldn't blame it on the rain. I don't know what could have fried something in it. It's a Daiwa meter, so it's like a quality meter.
See, that's your problem. You bought a quality meter. You need to buy some, PDC kind of CB radio junk. It doesn't break.
Well, I have that. I have my Ranger 3300.
No, a PDC meter. Like, what's the other one? Dozy. You need a Dozy or a PDC. It gives you dream watts and they don't break.
I got a broken Dozy over here. I don't know, my Dozy works just fine. It's tight too. Doesn't read fake watts.
I got a Micronta here, Radio Shack 3-window meter. It seems to work pretty good, but it's only average reading. It doesn't do anything else. It does average reading, power, modulation, and SWR, and all looks good from here in the Command and Control Central.
I have a 1-window Micronta that I use.
The reason I like this 3-window jobby, it has a an 1/8-inch phono jack or whatever in it. You plug in and you can hook it up to your O-scope, and it has an O-scope takeoff. That's what I like about it. That's why the only reason I use it.
Yeah, when I bought my Lincoln 2 Plus from the guy in Reading, he sold me a Dozy cheap because it wasn't working. Took it apart, cleaned everything, put it together, and it worked. And then the one night I was on with Alley Cat, and he's like, "Your signal's really dying." And all of a sudden my SWRs were spiking, and I had no transmit. I remember that day. I remember that day so fondly. I was like, crap. And, even though, Pete, how's this sound tonight?
Wow, you sound good. Sound good on the National NC300 radio receiver. Is that the Mustang?
Yep. I was on the other night. I got 2 crystals for it, and neither of them were where they should have been. And the other night I realized I had an old RCA radio in my closet, and I took it apart and turned out there was a crystal in it, and that's the one I'm using.
Yeah, it sounds good. Sounds good. And you're on the same frequency as everybody else. So I'm using, an analog tunable dial here. As far as I can tell, you're on frequency. So it sounds good.
10-4. Yeah, I'm just saying now again. I don't know why, but I can't. I'm on the 503. I have 6 settings. If I go past 3, it shatters the relay inside. So I don't know. Am I not putting enough wattage into it? So I was talking. I don't think I need to go any louder than this for right now. You don't need to go past 3 anyway. Just, you're coming down here really good.
Joker.
Yo.
On the back of that radio, there's 2 adjustment pots, or whatever you want to call them. The one on the right-hand side, farthest from the coax connector, that's for the S meter 0. And then there's a smaller one near the SO239. Take your little screwdriver and go to that little one by the SO239, and on a dead key into your amplifier, turn that thing back and forth for maximum output.
Oh, okay. I was wondering how you do that on these radios. Okay. Yeah, because I think it's, what is it, pushing like 2.5?
Yeah, it should be 2.5 to 3 watts, somewhere around that neighborhood. But you'll get maximum matching output capability by turning that little adjustment next to the coax connector.
10-4. Yeah, it's funny. I had the radio on turned sideways tonight, hooking the coax up, and I was just like, I wonder what that little thing does.
Well, now you know.
And how's that go? And known's half the battle?
Yep. That tunes the final into the load.
Okay. Yeah, my brother and I were just talking about this radio the other day. I told him I have a tube radio now, because he's a tube amplifier guy. And he was kind of wondering like what the output type of thing is. So I guess the output final is really the tube, right? That's what's putting out the signal.
Yeah, well, on the tube radios, it's kind of a combination. There's the tube final is your dead key power, and then there's the modulator tube, and that modulation power adds in on the plate at the final and gives you your swing power.
10-4. And on a side note, the meter actually works now. I clicked it a couple more times.
Yeah, I figured that's all you had to do. I knew that meter worked. I just knew it was sticky, so I'm glad it's working for you again. It is kind of cool when it's working, because it's kind of big and easy to see.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of on Apollo 13, the one with the movie with Tom Hanks, the meters that are in it with the oxygen. Now it's got that, because they bounce up and down like this.
Yeah, and it does bounce around too, doesn't it? The way to adjust that is disconnect your coax and have the radio on for a bit. Disconnect the coax, and then that other adjustment in the back, it's like, I think it's a black, looks like a potentiometer knob kind of thing. And then just zero out the meter.
All right, 10-4. Yeah, because now when nobody's talking, it drops below the scale and just sits on the bottom.
Yeah, it's probably only off a little bit. It's probably reasonably close, if you compare what you're getting for signals compared to your other radios. I mean, if you want to do it on the fly, if like, say, I'd normally give you, say, S9, and then you just adjust it now until I give you an S9 kind of thing. And, that gets you close enough.
10-4. Yeah, it's cool. Glad it's working now. And hopefully it's sounding good out there. And, yeah, got my tube radio.
Yeah, I'm happy for you. I'm glad it went to a good home, that it'll be appreciated, because it does have really good audio. I mean, it's just natural and smooth. Then that microphone gives it just a little bit of punch.
Yeah, it'll be, it came to a good home.
And the fact that it's a Mustang too is kind of fun for a car guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, now I got a 65 Mustang, a 92 Mustang, and a Mustang 2.
Yeah, except that's probably like a 65 or a 66 Mustang 2. You tell people that, and they're gonna go, huh?
It was ahead of its time. The Mustang 2, the car that gets so much hate, but I do like.
I had one, and I had a lot of fun with it, but mine wasn't stock.
My friend had a 76 Cobra 2 Mustang, and man, that thing ran really good with a 302 and a 4-speed or 5-speed.
And you do stuff to it, it turns into a fun car.
I'll tune right in the backside, brother, with this thing.
Yeah, you lost in the double there, Joker, with Alley Cat. So you can come back again. But yeah, I had a 76 Mustang 2 that I built a 400 horsepower 289 and put it in there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I was going to say, as soon as I unkeyed, I heard Rooster's in there too, so I definitely lost the triple key there.
Rooster! Countywide!
Radio.
Hello, Pete. I made it up here.
Hello, Chuck.
Hello, Pete. Joker.
Yeah, hang on, Rooster. Chuck is in here. Say again, Chuck.
I got this rig working a little better. I had a bad piece of coax that the match went crazy on 11 meters.
Yeah, bad jumpers will get you every time and make you go crazy. Especially if you got a whole lot of them in a line doing different things and then narrowing it down and what the heck, which one is it?
25-watt carrier, and it's peaking to about 70.
This is the B&W transmitter and the national receiver that I'm using right now.
Oh, it sounds very good.
Anybody else here, Chuck?
I hear him. That Chuck that sold me his amplifier or not? No.
I don't know. It may be, probably is.
Is that Ron?
No, Wayne's in there. Renegade Wayne. Did you sell him an amplifier?
What kind of amp?
Go ahead, go back to him, Wayne, if you hear him.
Yeah, it was a 3500Z kilowatt amp.
AL80A?
Yeah, you used to be, you were in Westchester at the time.
Yeah, I sold that to you.
I still have it. Works, it functions flawlessly.
What, you got a new transformer for it?
Well, I could probably get this one to run it off of, but I only have 50 amp service where I am right now, so I don't know if it would power up right.
Yeah, I thought you had transformer trouble with that thing.
I think his bigger limiting factor is he lives in a mobile home with 50 amp service.
Correct.
No wonder.
There'll be a brownout in the trailer park if Wayne keys that thing up.
I still have it, and it still works. So that was Chuck formerly from Westchester, if he's still not there. Cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he is. I don't know if he's still down in Westchester or where are you nowadays, Chuck? Are you still in Westchester?
I'm at the same QTH. I've been here since '94.
Yeah, so he's at the same place, Wayne.
Okay, yeah, I remember driving down there and buying the amp, and he showed me it did a kilowatt, and I paid him for it. I still have it. Works good.
Oh, good stuff. And yeah, I sold an AL80B to Ron over in Valley Forge.
Yeah, this is one of the older amps, the AL300. But it's a kilowatt with a 3500Z.
I have a whole bunch of amps now.
Last time I talked to Ron, oddly enough, was on 40 meters when I was camping upstate in Pennsylvania. I haven't heard him here lately, but yeah, I talked to him on 40 meter sideband when I was camping upstate.
I heard him on Saturday on sideband.
Yeah, I used to check in on a 10-meter net with the old guys at 1 p.m. every day.
That's used to be where I ran into him regular, was that retired 10 meter net, but my schedule has changed where I can't make that anymore. I used to be in there pretty regular myself, but I don't know with the propagation now, if them guys are even still in there at that time or what.
Well, the ham that anchored that net became a silent key, and so it's kind of folded.
It's kind of how those things go sometimes. The anchor becomes a silent key and everybody else falls away.
So I fired up a Kiwi SDR down in Maryland, and I was listening to myself on 160.
Oh, yeah? Was I in there at the time?
Well, that was after you and Dave signed.
Oh, I'd be interested if I was making it down there. I probably would have been.
Oh yeah, I've never heard that transmitter on the air. I hear it in the monitor, but never over the air. It's kind of cool.
Boy, he's got nice smooth audio.
Joker, can you hear Chuck on that Mustang?
I cannot, unless he's the guy saying break 1-3 for radio check. I hear a guy out in the distance calling break, but that's about it.
No, he's not calling break. Yeah, I was just wondering if you were hearing him or not. He's down in Westchester.
No, unfortunately not. Everybody else sounds good. So, yeah, I was going to say, this is probably the longest I've been on this radio since I got it, so I'll see who else I can hear.
That thing has a pretty hot receiver, so if you don't hear him on that one, you probably wouldn't hear him on any other one.
Yeah, roger that. I was going to say, can he hear me down in Westchester?
Can you hear the guy that was just talking, Chuck?
Yeah, he's an S8 to me.
He says you're S8.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Hey, Chuck, were you the guy that was helping me with my audio earlier?
What, here? No.
Okay. Yeah, I remember somebody coming in there that sounded like you. Okay.
Sounds like a lot of useless skipland noise messing things up out here tonight.
It's actually quieter than it was. When I first fired this up, there was a lot of noise.
I was up on 10 meters AM at 7 o'clock, and Australia was coming through on 10 meters AM.
I'm hearing a lot of skip here tonight, too.
7 o'clock, no kidding.
Yeah, 7 o'clock, VK6, what was this called? VK6 VZ, so 29030. Of course, Dave was able to work them, but then there was a pile up in there, and then I got buried in it, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to spend all night trying to bust that pile up. Oh man, I had my narrow filter on. I forgot. So now I'm on my wide filter. Everybody's audio will sound even better.
Yeah, I'm listening 10 wide, and I'm transmitting 9.
Yeah, well, I was listening on 4, and now I'm listening on 6.
Oh, very good, yeah.
I'm sorry, 3 kilohertz. Now I'm on 6.
Yeah, okay, I think I'm dialed in a little better now.
Yeah, you give me a little over S8 here. I don't have any trouble hearing you.
I have to go into the software and set the carrier to 25.
Chuck gives me an S5, and I get 90% of what he says, but I miss a few words here and there.
Is that because you got some kind of noise going on, or just his audio, or what?
But his audio isn't really very punchy to me. But it's okay. Like I said, I hear 90% of what he's saying.
All right, I just turned on the compression. I don't know if that helped.
That brought you up like an AFNS unit, and I'm running compression now too. I'm using my ICOM 736.
Yeah, this is an SDR.
Yeah, I personally don't think I like the way that the compressor makes your audio sound. It's like it's over compressed, if that makes sense. Was there a breaker channel 13 out there that I heard? Somebody breaking channel 13? Break, go ahead.
Yeah, it's Papa up on top of Dome Mountain, Pennsylvania, reaching for the world. How do you copy?
Who's that? Papa Doe, Papadopoulos, Papa Mountain? What? That was too fast for me. Come again?
Papa Wolf on top of Dome Mountain, Pennsylvania.
Oh, Papa somebody on top of Doe Mountain. All right, I got you mostly in there. There's a lot of skipland noise making it a little rough, but I do hear you. Spitfire 441, somewhere around Pottstown. Go ahead.
Yeah, copy that. I'm just checking the radio. I'm running 2 boxes here.
Yeah, if there wasn't so skipland noise, you give me enough signal that I wouldn't have any problem, but the skipland noise is making it rough, so I'm only getting about 90% of what you say. But I hear you up there on Doe Mountain checking things out. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm running off a 39-inch Workman and kind of I can flip over to the big stick and see if I can reach it.
Yeah, a bigger antenna would certainly do better. Or if the skipland noise wasn't here making a mess of things, I'd hear you fine. So you're doing your job from Doe Mountain for sure.
Yeah, I got just 4 amp boxes here for the 2 units. I got a 78 LTX 980 SSB Bearcat. I need copy on the 980.
Copy on the 980 Bearcat. So yeah, that's working. It's enough to do the job. Just like I said, it was a little bit rough from all the skipland noise, but probably Joker is closer to you. He's probably got a better copy. Go ahead, Joker, if you got it.
Yeah, I got a copy on him. I'm only hearing, like you were saying, partial. I got a little bit of noise too. I do hear him. I think that's who I was saying. Correct me if I'm wrong. Were you calling a radio check a little while ago? Because I think that's who I had heard. And what was the handle? Yeah, I got the first part of that. Papa something.
Papa Wolf, is that right? Did you say correct?
Well, nice to hear you. Yeah, I was going to say, I'd probably be the closest. If Bitebuster was in here, you'd probably have no problem hearing you. I don't know if Bitebuster's in there listening.
Yeah, on the 980, I come down to the state, and I'm going full power. I don't know
Yeah, your audio is just a little light for the conditions. If you could turn a mic gain up or speak closer into the microphone, that would certainly go a long way to helping things.
Yeah, I've got everything turned up. Hang on a second, let me get the mic in again.
Yeah, just speaking close into the mic seems to help, if that's what you just did.
Yeah, I heard him a lot better that time.
Turned all the way up to 90. I had to hit the button. I'm going to get one of those stronger mics.
Yeah. If it was a normal quiet night without skipland noise, you'd be fine. But to get through all that noise, you need kind of all the audio you can pump out cleanly. And I'm getting most of what you say, and it's certainly an improvement. Just speaking up in close. And I think Bitebuster is in there. Hang on 1 second. Is that you, Bitebuster?
Hey, Papa Wolf, you got a copy on me? Yep, got a copy on your mouth. So what is your 20? What's your location? You know where Bear Creek is? Yes. I'm right there. The side or the forward side, the back side of Bear Creek? I'm on the back side by Richie.
Yeah, I think he's on the far side of Bear Creek from where we're at, up there in the trailer park, I think he said.
I have some other stuff in front of you that's kind of blocking your signal. A whole lot of trees.
So, are you working off a mobile or are you working off a base station?
I got two base stations. I got a Bearcat 980 with a Patriot Procom. I'm sitting about 23 feet in the air. And I've got a unit at 98 LTX with a 39-inch workman on that one. And I usually reach out pretty good, but there's some nights where it just doesn't come in.
Roger that. So how's the SWR on your, did you set them all up or have you just not been into it for a long time or what?
No, I'm down to 1.1 on channel 1, 40% 1.3. The workman we planted yet. I'm getting another antenna with an inch on 99 and hooked it on that.
Roger that, roger that. Well, I guess you're at the legal limit and you're doing what you can do with that.
Yeah, I'm just running your box. There's some guys that are running feet out there. And just go off a regular radio and I'm just doing it.
I got about 5 pounds on you. That's about it. But I think that it should be a little higher because we're fairly close together.
You're hitting me with about 6. You're hitting me about 6. The other guys were pegging the meter pretty good. That's touched over 78. They were nailed.
Yeah, so I think since you're on the other side of the mountain and, you got that, not going for you, and they're probably easier to reach than me.
Yeah, copy that. I know we stopped at now we're about here.
How about that worldwide #1 shoot the wall, shoot signal or anything like that? Unless you get a lot of noise or something here on the power lines, maybe, I don't know. But it shouldn't affect your signal going out.
Yeah, I'm in the shed. I got 2 radios hooked up in the shed. And I'm ready to get off the radio. And the power lines are right there behind my house. I don't know how to connect to it.
Well, could be. I don't know. That would be a question for other people here on this channel tonight.
Yeah, copy that. I know when I was first setting up, I was trying to one of the and I found I had it on the pole. Didn't get anything. It also got 4 signals coming from the antenna out here. And when it turned out there's so much granite around it, it's affecting the radio. Had the rod going to the stone. Where they get the holes on the stone. My one buddy figured it out in the game. Trying to get a fiberglass system to see what that way. I saw other guys doing it, but apparently I can't.
Okay, so I'm running a 5/8 wave ground plane, and I got that up 25 foot, I think.
Sorry, testing.
That's all I'm running there.
Yeah, Bite Buster and Papa Wolf are conversing. So I'm just letting the video gate roll.
Yep. All right, well, I'm gonna sit on the side here and
I'll be quiet then.
a little bit. I got some stuff to do that I'm working on here, so I'm gonna sit back and good to meet you. So hopefully you'll be joining us, on Wednesday nights, and if you have a sideband radio, you can come on down here, the lower sideband on Sunday nights for the Sunday night soiree.
Yeah, copy that. I appreciate the brief. And I think it's, just here in the area. They always say you have yourself a good night. Thank you again. And we'll talk to you soon.
All right, once it quiets down a little bit, I think more people will be able to hear you, but you got a lot of skip noise in there right now, but that'll quiet down.
Okie dokie. Thank you again.
All right, on the side.
Ah, good job there, Bite Buster, picking up the Papa Wolf. And I got things tuned in here. I can hear Papa Wolf most of the time. So stick around, Papa Wolf. If things get quieter later on, we'll be able to hear you a lot better. And like Bite Buster said, join us on Sunday nights on lower side, 8 to 10. And Wednesday nights, AM, 8 to 10 on this channel. So, you know, you're looking for some from chatter, and that's where you'll find it, when you'll find it. Of course, there's people in here other nights of the week, but that's pretty much a guarantee for those 2 nights. 441, the Spitfire on my antique flea market radio.
Thank you again, fellas. Do appreciate the break, and I'll be tuning in. How about it, countywide?
Top Gun. Yo, Top Gun is in the house. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, not bad. Sitting here talking on my SBE lane command. Come on.
Yeah, that thing's a winner. Man. That thing sounds really good. I'm working my Snowman Memorial heavy metal transmitter with a National NC300 radio receiver. All antique heavy metal flea market junk, sounding good.
Did that all come from Jake's?
No, none of it came from Jake's. But you remember Snowman, don't you?
Oh, yes, I do.
The transmitter came from Snowman. Maybe you know Ranger Rick. You probably talked to Ranger Rick. The receiver came from him.
10-4 on that. Yeah, I got done work a little early today, and I was shooting some skip up on the upper channels, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to break out the SBE tonight and let it sit here for about half an hour and just see what's going on.
Well, I'm glad you stopped by. Good to hear from you. It's been a while, and that thing's got some beautiful audio coming out of it. Man, that SBE sounds really, really good. That thing owns the channel right now.
Yeah, 10-4 with the D104 chicken choker.
All right, let me step to the side and see who else can get you up on their antenna there, Top Gun. Stick around a little while. We still got another hour worth of classic radio roundup. 0441 on this antique flea market transmitter.
I'm on the console too. Now there's a radio. Console 2 with the SBE test mic. Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, I got an unamplified one. A brown one. It's just a little thing. But I think this D104 does it just fine. Yeah, it sounds real good up here.
SBE radios, from my experience, any of them, sound good on any mic you use, whether you're using, a Turner Plus 3, a Turner Plus 2, a D104, whatever, man. Those radios will adapt and sound good on any microphone, it seems.
I bet you I had 10, 15 SBE radios over the years. And I finally got my bucket list is this one, the lane command, and then my General Stonewall Jackson, but I do like this old antique radio.
Yeah, that land command, that's the Cadillac level of the SBE radios for sure.
Land command. Yes, sir. And 4. All right, different microphone here. Got a unit and board in it, but it is what it is. I mean, and the thing about SBE, sideband engineer, and this damn radio don't have sideband.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. I got an SBE Trinidad. Sideband engineers, an AM only radio.
They only made a couple of them that were sideband.
They actually made some ham transmitters that were sideband transmitters on it for the ham bands, but yeah, it is funny. They only made a couple sideband CB radios. The rest of them were AMers, but they're the sideband engineers.
Yeah, 10-4. Hey, Pete, this is a different microphone.
Well, it's loud and punchy, but it's maybe a little too much. I'm not sure. I need to hear it more.
Yeah, this
National DYY D104.
Yeah, I think less gain might fix you up.
Yeah, it's real. I've been cranking it down here.
That's a nice radio.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of audio coming out. Is that what that DYY needs? That kind of audio level? Yeah, you're too much. I can barely hear you. You need more.
Let's see if that worked out.
I think you're closer. I think I need to hear it more, but I think you're closer.
Yeah, it's a pretty hot microphone.
Yeah, maybe just get far away from it and you might have that big CB radio sound.
All right, I'm talking a foot away.
Yeah, I think you're being intermittent on the key or whatever. I think that's what I'm hearing. But otherwise, I think you're close.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, when he backs off that microphone, I can hear him better. I don't know where he's from.
He's down in Westchester.
Yeah, Westchester? Okay. I'll tell you what, if he back off that mic a little more, I could be able to hear what he says.
Did you copy that, Chuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you got to stay far away from that microphone. And then it was like starting to get in the realm of good.
All right, any better now?
Still seems a little bit hot. Maybe just try talking softer then.
Yeah, I'll talk softer.
That thing is still hot. It's like it's fine, but the voice peaks are getting flattened out or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really sensitive.
Yeah, there you go. We'll keep it right there, and you can talk a little closer.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
All right, what do you think about that, Top Gun?
Well, I know he's in there, but it comes and goes.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, you kind of probably don't have as good a signal on him as I do. But yeah, he's fooling around with an SDR radio and this special processor audio board you slap in the bottom of a D104, and it makes the thing kind of hot.
Yeah, 10-4.
Yeah, the DYY is line level with the mic input.
So it kind of needs some hot audio to drive it.
Got to go to the pump house.
I think if Chuck wants to go to a pump house, he can. I don't think he is, but I know he can.
Yeah, I think it's 3 miles.
Actually, get a point out of here. I just wanted to check in, make sure this radio is still working. I'll talk at you guys later. Have a good one. Top Gun up here in Maple Grove. I'm going.
And the Alpha 77.
Yeah. All right, I hear you, Chucky. And Top Gun, hey, man, your radio's still working. Glad you thought of us and stopped by the Classic Radio Roundup. We're still here every Wednesday night. Take care and happy Halloween from your countywide radio.
Alrighty, I'm heading back to 160.
Oh, man. Well, in a few weeks' time, you probably won't be, it'll be hard pressed to get me off that band, Roger.
Yeah, I'll be in there as well with you.
Yeah, all right. That sounds good. Probably take a little bit of tweaking to get it set up how I want.
That sounds good. You over there in the sand pile?
All right. As we carry on the Classic Radio Roundup. 27115 on the AM radio dial.
Yeah, you got a 606 the Menace out here in the Tater State.
Oh, man, there's the Tater State Menace.
Okay. Yeah, it's a, this is one here. So, really sounds good, though.
I'll have to see if I can get up on Tater State Menace's antenna. How about that Tater State Menace one time? 441, Pennsylvania, calling that Tater State Menace. Break. Or maybe not. If he hears me, he'll come back to me. Classic Radio Roundup, 27115. Why everybody talk at once? Y'all are making heterodynes.
Oh, there you go. You guys hear me now?
I've heard you all night.
Okay, I was trying to key up, but I wasn't showing any output power.
Oh, I hate when them technical difficulties crop up.
It looks like I'm outputting now. Yeah, it's weird. I have to, the channel with the little, the old school markers on it. I have to kind of wiggle that, go back and forth, and then it seems to key up.
Yeah, channel selector could probably use a little deoxit. I found myself doing that on the occasion, just rocking it back and forth. Or sometimes the crystal itself doesn't make complete contact in the socket, and I did deoxit that, and that seemed to help.
Well, I do have deoxit, so maybe be cleaning this thing up. I just feel weird pulling the case off. I guess it's the 4 bottom screws, and does the case just slide out of it?
Just slides out of it. Yep. And don't worry about none of them tubes in there, because they're either 100% or close enough. Anything that was weak, I replaced. So all them tubes in there are going to last another 20 years.
10-4. And then I could also put this crystal on the inside socket, correct?
Yeah, just whatever corresponding slot, you'd have to remove something. I think all the slots are full with other channels, so you just have to pull one out and put it in there, and that would be the channel that it's at. If you have a receiver crystal for 13, you pop that in the receiver side, you don't have to use the tunable receiver no more.
Yeah, apparently the one I had ordered came with a transmit and receive.
Yeah, and assuming that the receive crystal's not off too far to make everybody sound like doo-doo. So I never had a receive crystal, so I never bothered. The tunable receiver was always good enough for me. But, if you have a receive crystal, you pop, there's 2 slots, for each letter channel designation there. And you just pop one in one and one in the other, and that's the slot, that's the place.
Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, the one thing I was thinking was taking a very fine, I have a bunch of those dental tools, like little picks and stuff. I thought about going into the socket for the external crystal and just tweaking the one ear, because it does seem to be a little loose, so maybe that's the issue from time to time.
Yeah, that's kind of the issue that I have with that and my current one. And sometimes, the crystal just doesn't make quite enough contact. But yeah, you can try tweaking it around a little bit. I'm sure if you used one of the internal ones, you still have to clean the socket either way, anyway.
Yeah, 10-4. I was just saying the joys of old radios, old cars, old anything, right?
Yeah, but the sense of accomplishment when you get it working right, and then you get to use it, you know, and you're using something stinking old, and it's working just as well as something new, or even better in cases. You know, it's kind of puts a smile on my face.
Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, when I put this crystal in the other night, and JR was on and Alley Cat was on, they're like, "Yeah, that sounds good." That was pretty awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of nice you can get a crystal that's right on frequency for you. Then it's all joy at that point, instead of trying to fool around with inductance and capacitance and pulling the damn things in like I got to do.
Yeah, and like I said, the funny thing is I ordered 2 off of eBay, and it turns out the one that is the best was the one that was sitting in my cabinet the entire time.
Yeah, that's just kind of funny.
Well, that's the luck of the Irish.
Well, the bottom line is you got it working, and it's working well.
Yep, yeah, I don't feel bad for getting those other 2 crystals. I'm fine with that. That's what it took. Learning curve. Everything's a learning curve.
I should buy one of them crystals off of you, because I still have 2 radios that need that 13 crystal, but only 1 crystal. Should buy one of them off of you.
Well, I was going to say, I could, actually, technically I have 3 that I'm not using. So I could give you all 3 and whatever one works for you.
Yeah, I'll try them out and see which one comes in the closest. We can always take that off the price of the 142 GTL.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, you never sent me a price on that one either.
Well, like with no discount or trade, you know, a Benjamin Franklin's plenty to do it for me.
Okay. I forget, is that the sideband one?
Plug it in the wall. It has single sideband with an open clarifier.
Perfect. All right, man. Yeah, keep that for me.
Yeah, and I only got a handheld power mic for it, echo mic, because it's, you know, that's the only mic I got wired up for, because it's one of them stupid 5-pin Cobras. It's not a standard 4-pin Cobra. But I'll let that mic go with it.
Okay, sounds good. I think I have that adapter here, because my President's the same wiring, and that's a 5-pin. But yeah, no worries. I'll try to get a microphone working with it. But yeah, hold that for me, and maybe next week or so.
Yeah, okay. It's got your name on it. No rush. Whenever. It's just sitting here. Maybe I'll use it one more week for radio roundup, you know, video gate before it goes. But there's plenty of video gates of me using it. I've had it for a long time.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was going to say, and with that, I will be right back. I think the wife just got home, so I'll talk to you guys in a bit.
County-wide on the Classic Radio Roundup. Somebody's got to keep the frequency hot while I go refill my adult beverage. 441 to Spitfire on the Snowman Memorial Radio Transmitter.
I think I'm about 2 drinks ahead of you now.
2 drinks and how much 420?
Plenty. orange light that's blinking. No, we made it. Oh, it got quiet out there.
Testing. 1, 2, 3, test. My SWRs are high tonight. Really high.
We're getting a contact high.
I got that too. Testing again. 1, 2, 3, test.
How about you? 1, 2, 3. How about 1, 2, 3? Copy, Alley Cat.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. My SWRs are high tonight, but my power looks like it's going out okay.
Yeah, your power is doing its thing.
Must be a contact high. Before you weren't reading any SWR. Hello, 123 Countywide Radio. Oh, man. And I heard you, Bite Buster. There's still people out here. Maybe you just can't hear them.
Okay, probably that's with loud noise yet.
I stepped out to the garage to burn some tobacco products, and I got that SDR Arduino receiver out there, that $30 thing, hooked up to an IMAX 10 feet off the ground. And I heard you loud and clear on that thing.
I'm going to order that thing. I'm buying it.
The ATS-20 Plus. I'm amazed at how well that radio works.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting it.
Like I said, a 10 foot off the ground IMAX, and I heard you loud and clear saying, "It's awful quiet out here."
Yep, I said that.
Yeah, I know. I heard it. I heard it like I hear you here. So I'm amazed how well that radio receives.
Not bad for $35, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of tough to beat for a $30 receiver, and has variable filters, all HF plus broadcast FM and long wave, and has attenuator steps, filter steps, and a freaking hot receiver.
You know what they can put in those things nowadays, huh?
Oh yeah, did I mention it does a single sideband too with a fine-tuned VFO for sideband, so it's easy to tune in sideband.
Yeah, I'm getting it. I think I have it in my wish list, but definitely.
I gotta say, I've had a lot of radios over my life, but for $30, the thing is pretty amazing. The only drawback that I could state for it is you got to be patient in tuning, because every time you tune, to the next, whether it's 1, 5, or 10 kilohertz steps, you got to wait for the receiver to kind of catch up. So you can't sweep through like an analog receiver. You got to step through and give it a second to hear what's on the frequency.
I just like to let it populate.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a minor thing. If you know what frequency you want to go to, it's no big deal. But if you want to go scanning the band, you got to be patient.
Yeah, this is the ATS-20 Plus radio receiver, right?
Yes, sir. That's what I have. The ATS-20 Plus.
Yeah, $34.23.
It's a lot of radio for the price. It really is. With a built-in rechargeable battery and all, it's pretty good. On the telescoping antenna that it comes with, it's not that great. Although you can hear the shortwave broadcasters with it when conditions are good. You can hear FM broadcast no problem. AM broadcast pretty well with the telescoping antenna. So some of the stronger shortwave ham band stations, but if you really want to get the full use out of it, if you hook it up to that 5/8 ground plane of yours, you'll have no problem listening to anything you want to listen to on HF.
Yeah, I have a halfway too, and a tripod I can just set up in my yard with it. I have a fairly long pole that I can connect it to.
Yeah, you hook it up to any other antenna besides that telescoping whip, you'll be surprised at what it does. I mean, it does okay with the little telescoping whip if you're outside, but you'll be disappointed if you're inside using that. But you hook it up to an outside antenna, you'll be amazed.
Breaker.
Come on, Breaker.
Hi, Spitfire. I'm checking in. Hey, I'm checking in, neighbor.
Neighbor, how you doing, Ranger? Good to hear you on. Checking into the Classic Radio Roundup.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be here long, but I stepped into the radio room, but I wanted to say hello to you.
Well, just to let you know, then you're sounding like $1 million there, neighbor, coming through that National NC300. That's what I'm using for the receiver tonight.
Well, that's good. You doing a gate or?
I am doing a gate tonight. There is a video gate. Will be uploaded on the YouTube channel tomorrow morning sometime.
All right, I'll have to look it up. So, how you been?
Same as always, I guess. Living life, enjoying it as I go, and you know, like everybody else, wish I had more money. But other than that, all's good. I'm healthy, so there's that.
Yeah, 10-4. I didn't kick on the foot warmer, but we're sounding all right.
Dude, you would sound all right on a walkie-talkie from where you're at. Oh yeah, you sound fine to me.
Oh, that's good. I heard that other fellow you were talking to, but I wanted to wait.
Yeah, that's Bite Buster. He's up there around Macungie way.
Hey, Bike Buster, you got a copy? I don't know if he's gonna hear me if I'm on the barefoot.
He said he heard you with some noise covering you up, but I think if you hit the foot warmer, he would hear you for sure.
Hi, Bike Buster. How's that? Is that better for your hearing pleasure?
Oh my gosh, I haven't heard you in a long time.
Hey, it's good to hear you. It's good to hear you, my friend. Well, you know me. I'm a busy person. I'm a very busy person in the summertime. You know, that's my heavy season. So, and it usually doesn't die until about December.
Well, that's like the whole year.
I know, right? I know, but hey, you know what? You gotta grab it while it's in front of you. If you don't, it's gonna go away. But it's definitely good to hear you.
Yeah, you too, man. You're very familiar voice, you know, so right away I knew who it was.
10-4. I don't want to clog things up. I'm just going to sit on the side here. I got to roll soon. I'm taking the son upstate, so I'm going to do a midnight run.
Good luck.
Break.
Well, Ranger, we're glad you popped in and said hello and made time for us to check in on the Classic Radio Roundup. And we do have another breaker jumping up and down out there.
Well, you let him go and I'll stand to the side. Go ahead, Breaker.
Yeah. Good to hear you out there, Ranger. And thanks for the break there, Spitfire. I can't hear that Bite Buster tonight. I'm listening, but I can't hear him.
Yeah, he might be getting lost in some of that skipland noise, but the Bite Buster is out there for sure tonight. He's sounding good down here as always. He's even making through that skipland noise on this end, which is, I didn't think I was going to hear him tonight with all that extra noise, but nope, the Bite Buster's busting through.
I'm hearing a little bit of, skipland I'm hearing is only about less than a pound. But usually Bite Buster gives me a couple pounds. I usually, talk to him clear.
Hey, Bite Buster, come up with that. All 123 cut your lips off and left them on the floor.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, what kind of connection is the antenna in the back?
A BNC connection. BNC.
I'd have to get a converter from BNC to
Yeah, Roger. They're coming up. You can order that right off of eBay or Amazon. It's the same place. and frequently bought with, you'll find the connector you need.
Alright, I'm looking right now.
Yeah, so you need a BNC to SO239. Go ahead there, 123 Stinger. I got you in there. He's shopping Amazon now.
Yeah, 10-4, 10-4. I just said if I hear him in there, but I can't make out what he's saying.
Well, he's coming down here to me with his typical 4 to 5 S units. I don't have any trouble. The skipland noise has fallen off from what it was earlier. Still kind of late for skipland noise, so the solar flux must be up pretty high. But Bite Buster surprised me earlier by coming in, and I was hearing him just fine. I was amazed.
I can hear Bite Buster, but I hear him. I can understand his conversation on sideband.
Yeah, I can usually talk to him on AM from here, from this spot.
What's up, Paul?
Hey, Cat. Hey, how you doing? What's up there, Renegade? I heard you in there.
Same old stuff. Just a different day.
10-4, 10-4. Who else is out here?
Well, Joker was hanging around. We had Rooster in here. Top Gun checked in. Ranger's in here, or was in here. Is off to the side and getting ready to do a midnight road run. Alley Cat, Renegade, myself. Chuck was in here from Westchester. I don't know if he's still hanging around or not. I don't think I left anybody out. Of course, Bite Buster knows in here. So, and then me. Classic Radio Roundup, co-founder, Spitfire 441 on my heavy metal radio system.
Yeah, 10-4, 10-4. I acknowledge you, Spitfire. Didn't you hear me?
No, I did. I was just being, coming from the Department of Redundancy Department.
Facetious.
How am I coming down there tonight? Normal signal kind of thing down your way with me?
Oh, yeah, you're wall-to-wall, man. You're 9+. 9+. Great audio. Everybody's coming in really good, except for I can't hear Bite Buster. Usually I hear like Mr. Fix-It and Beezer and the Bassmaster. All those guys come in. They're not 9-pounders, but I hear them. And like I said, Bite Buster, I usually hear him. He gives me about a 3-pounder, 2 to 3-pounder, and I hear him. He sounds good.
How about the bird? You heard the bird out there at all?
Well, I hear that person, the bird, or if you are the bird, who I haven't heard from is Night Train. It's past the Night Train hour, Brager.
Yeah, how about JR? I haven't heard of JR's voice out there.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what happened to him. He was in here in the beginning and disappeared.
Oh, he must be standing by.
As I said, I gotta go, fellas. Hey, you guys have a good night. Hey, if Stevie pops on there, tell him I said hello there, neighbor.
Who am I saying hello to?
Stevie, the Night Train.
Yeah, if I hear him, I will, but he hasn't checked in tonight. There's another station in there, unidentified. I've heard the voice before, but I ain't sure who it is.
Well, you fellas have a good night. I'll talk to you later.
Hey, thanks for checking in, Ranger. Sounding good as always. Don't be a stranger, Ranger. Countywide.
See you, Ranger.
Sounding good down here barefoot. You sounding good in my hood barefoot. 10-4?
No, we're not barefoot, Stinger. Come on, you should know the difference by now.
I was in here when you turned it on. I'm just saying, you sound good down here barefoot.
Well, we're going to go to that mode, and then we're going to shut it down. Hey, Stinger, good talking to you, buddy. Have a good night.
Yep. Catch you on the other side. So who else is out here? Come on. Come out of the woodwork. Let's hear who's out here. on the radio and, give Spitfire a break there on the key.
Well, if I got to use my volts and amps and make some watts out of these glowing glass vacuum tubes and nobody else will, I'm going to just have to.
I'll tell you what, I don't think you have to be honest with you. I mean, you're, like I said, you're wall to wall down here. I mean, we're probably, 15 miles apart, and you're banging.
Not too bad for a 70-year-old radio transmitter, huh?
Not at all. Not at all. No, that antenna's definitely working.
I love my 70-year-old heavy metal radio transmitter. 441 on the Snowman Memorial Barker Williamson heavy metal, made in Pennsylvania, United States of America, radio transmitter.
Yeah, was that thing, is that completely 70 years old, or has it been some upgrades and updates?
Well, there's new tubes in it, some new tube sockets, and the transformers have been rewound, but I could pretty much claim the bulk of it is 70 years old, right here in Bristol, Pennsylvania.
10-4. That's pretty cool.
And my receiver is just as old. My receiver is 70 years old, made in Massachusetts.
Okay, so what's the whole setup now? Start from the mic.
My Golden Eagle D104, made in the United States of America. Barker & Williamson 5100 Bravo radio transmitter, made in Bristol, Pennsylvania. And my National NC300 radio receiver, made somewhere in Massachusetts.
10-4. Where's that goose at tonight? I thought that goose was going to be on here and declare stock mic night.
Well, the skip failed land noise that we got going on tonight, stock mic night would be a poor choice for tonight.
Well, I'm using a stock mic.
Yeah, but I'd be willing to bet that's not a classic radio.
I mean, it's classic in my eyes. It's, 20 years old anyway.
It's got to be made before 1990 to be classic radio roundup, quote-unquote, qualified.
I didn't get that certification. Okay. All right, not this one. The one he's got, though, he's got that 2000. That's a certified.
A Cobra 2000 is certified classic CB radio roundup CB radio. Pretty much after 1990, they're classic in the true sense of the definition, but they're not true classics in classic radio roundup.
I got you. I don't know what year that one is that he's got. It's pretty old, though. When did they stop making them?
You need the sandbagger for that kind of detailed information. I can only say that somewhere around 1990 they stopped making them. I don't really know.
Yeah, 10-4. Where is that sandbagger?
Oh, that sandbagger's probably working third shift tonight, so he's probably sleeping right about now.
That's right. Yeah, he gets cut off every once in a while.
Yeah, you sometimes got to do what you got to do to keep paying the bills, and that's what he's got to do for now. Is he happy about it? I could pretty much safely say no.
Yeah, 10-4. Man, where is everybody tonight? Where's that Freebird? And some of these other guys. I don't hear Junkyard out there. I don't hear nobody.
Well, you're right about that. There's been some absentees, although there's plenty of people here tonight, and they're still here. I know they're still here, but they're making me do all the talking.
I'm still here, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's definitely a bunch of people I cannot hear tonight, so I'm just going to be sitting back.
You can't hear 123? Oh yeah, Joker's in here. I forgot to mention Joker, and I don't know how that got missed, but Joker's in here, and he's on a 1965 radio.
Nice, nice. Yeah, you did. You mentioned Joker.
No, but I'll be sitting back. I got a bunch of other stuff I'm working on, so I'll be back.
I have a question for you. Can you normally hear on your other radios? Can you hear 123?
Yeah, normally I can have a conversation with them.
But you can't hear them tonight.
Negatory.
Oh, that's a shame. I always had good receiver experiences with that radio, so I'm kind of surprised you don't hear them. So anyway, Joker's in here, 123, but he can't hear you.
10-4, yeah, I've been yelling for him. Okay, yeah, that surprised me. Like you said, usually from this spot I can talk to him, but I guess the conditions ain't happening, man. Mother Nature's not cooperating.
Well, I hear you about the same as I normally do, and I can't pin it down for sure because I'm always on a different radio, but I think I hear you like I normally hear you.
1, 2, 3. There's that rooster. You got a copy? Yeah, I got a copy. You got a copy on me? Sure do. I'm on the console 2. Oh, console 2 sounding pretty good, man. What microphone? SBE desk mic. 10-4 on the desk mic. On the side banner. Engineer desk mic. You give me 1.5 pounder. With the 1.5 mark tonight. All right, I'll take that.
There you go. I just turned the tune a little bit. I got you in there. 1, 2, 3.
All right, cool. Yeah, I haven't changed my power settings lately, yet. But I'm in the spot. I'm in the perch up here, on top of the turnpike.
10-4. Well, I got you in there. So I heard you tonight.
Yeah, cool. Good to hear you in there, man. Good to hear you in there. I think Renegade was trying to get in there. What's up, Renegade?
I was just saying that I can hear you, Roger.
Oh, cool. What kind of signal am I giving you?
You give me like an S5 right now, but I don't know how accurate my meter is because my SWRs aren't correct, Roger.
10-4. What's your SWRs tonight?
They were like infinity tonight, but the radio will back it down and let me transmit anyway.
Okay, 10-4. Well, it's amazing you can hear me. And the fact that I'm giving you an S5, that says something. So, it's working. We're trying, right?
You're giving me a 5 swinging 6 here, 123, and I just wanted to say, you make me feel better, Joker. You tuned in, at 123 and can hear him, so now I feel better.
Yeah, it might take a little tweaking.
10-4.
Yeah, that tuning, that veneer tuning is a little tricky. You gotta kind of play with it and center everybody up. But once you got it, it's good.
Okay, 10-4. Yeah, I still didn't put that big wire in here, so I can't run none of my classic radios. You wouldn't hear me.
Just go park in front of Goose's house and run a coax from your mobile to his antenna.
I think my antenna does pretty good for me where I'm at.
Oh, yeah, that's a good spot where you're at. I know where you're at. I go by there on every once in a while. I look around like, yeah, this is a pretty good spot.
You been in the back of this parking lot?
Yeah, I know exactly where you are.
Okay, all right. I got a few spots up here. This is one of them. The other one's over there by iFly, and then there's one on the other side. There's another parking lot on the other. That's closer to the Space Center.
To me, in my mind, somewhere around where that iFly is has got to be a pretty good spot to get up this way.
It is, but for some reason, the one over here on the end is better. And it's all relative as far as elevation. It's within 10 feet.
Yeah, it must be all the hills up around this way that you got to get up and around, depending on who's where.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's just the way the signal bounces around through the hills. Now, if I had a little bit more power, I don't think it'd be a problem. When I was running my 2-pill, you guys heard me no problem.
I can mostly hear you even when you're out there driving around in places around KOP.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, I guess, because tonight was funny though. I didn't hear nobody until I got near the plaza.
About 10 years ago or so, I had a radio hooked up to my computer with this software that made it a what you call a store and forward repeater. So, like, if you made a transmission and it heard you, it would record that transmission while you're making it. And as soon as you get off the key, it would retransmit it what it just heard. So I used to put that thing on the A channels, and then I would go driving around on my mobile, and I'd be going down around there, and I'd key up and see where I could hear myself. So I could see how well it heard me, my own station, and then hear how well my own station got back to me in a mobile. That was kind of fun. I was driving around all over the place, checking out where I could get into it and be heard and hear it coming back.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was like a simplex repeater. It was kind of fun for fooling around. I could get signal reports all around at my own station.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Rooster's trying to get in there. Go ahead, Rooster.
Yeah, I had my squelch up too high.
Okay, that's the thing. You got to be careful with the squelch.
Yeah, 10-4, you're fading away though.
I'm still here. I didn't move. Oh, I know what happened. I turned the car off. I'm only 12.5 volts right now. Before I was like around 14.
Yeah, I think I can hear you better on the 2547.
Hold on a second. Give me a second to pump my voltage up. When my volts are up around 14 volts, you probably hear me better.
That's a little bit better. How's the modulation down there?
Oh, you got wall-to-wall modulation down here, man. No problem.
Yeah, I turned it down.
Well, it's good, man. It's clear. I can hear you. You know what? I can hear you all over the place, Rooster. You'd be surprised, man, where I hear you from. It surprises me because I know where you are, and when I'm down in the hole and I hear you, and I'm over here, on the wing side of King of Prussia, man, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, considering I got a hill right next to me down that way.
There's a lot of hill between here and there. That one I usually sit on up there in Limerick, that's a hill in between here and there.
Yeah, 10-4 on that. Now, Beezer's out there.
Beezer's out there tonight?
I don't know, but he might be listening. Night Train is listening to you guys.
There's the train.
Night Train. I called you 3 times earlier. What took you so long? You had to stoke the flames?
No, I had things to do downstairs. Then she called for dinner. And we got to talking around the table. Then I had to go turn 100. I'm like, man, I only got a half hour left.
Welcome, Joe.
Well, better late than never, but I do have a couple of messages to 10-5 to you.
Go ahead.
Chucky says hello, and so does VW Dave way down south. And he says, what did he say? Daggone, I forgot what the exact message was, but basically he says hello.
Which one down south? Where is he located?
New London, Pennsylvania. Dave, but you know him by some kind of numbers, and I never remember what his numbers are.
Yeah, man, that's a shame. Trying to figure out who it was.
Chuck from Westchester area.
Yeah, you know Westchester Chuck. He was in here earlier tonight.
You know, he was. Oh wow, I missed him. He was my son's hydraulic teacher when he went to that school down there in the Exton area. You can tell him that my son got trailers on the road now, 10-4.
Well, you could have told him yourself if you were in here earlier tonight, but yeah, I knew he was teaching Votech school classes there for a while, so hey, well, that's good. So you got a personal connection. He was in here for a while, and Dave will get in here at some point in the not too distant future. He told me to warn you of the fact, because he's got some kind of big Yagi going up in the air now, and I could talk to him on 10 meters AM, no problem. And I already could talk to him here, so I know it's just going to be better. So he will get in here at some point and surprise us.
Now, he's the one that's way down there near Longwood Gardens, right?
Yeah, it's like 36 miles straight south from here, or almost straight south.
That's the Chuck who I bought my amplifier from.
All right. Hello there, Wayne.
Hello, Night Train.
What's going on?
Same old shit, different day. Bigger bowl now.
Your eyes on a big bowl, yeah. Now, Hutch's brother just went into a rehab.
Who, brain damage?
Yeah, he had a stroke.
I heard that a week or two ago that he had a stroke. That's a shame. I haven't talked to brain damage in a long time. I kind of miss him.
Yeah, he's been in contact, and yesterday I talked with him, and they were going to transport him to a nursing home or a rehab. I don't know the difference between a nursing home and a rehab. They look alike to me. You know what I mean? Because he doesn't have the use of one of his legs like he should, and he can talk though. You know, some people get strokes and they can't even talk.
Yeah, it affects different parts of the brain on different people, different cases.
10-4, yeah. So, yeah, he said he's going to be in a care facility not too far from 2-Hour Willie's shop off of 724 and Highway 10, somewhere around that way.
Does Willie still have a shop up there?
That I don't know, but he was just using it for reference.
Yeah, I was kind of under the impression that he don't have that shop anymore, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, he might not, but he was just using it for a location so I could be able to find a nursing home. Now, do you hear that, Skip, or is it me? I hear it like boiling down, simmering down there.
Well, it's still in there, low level. It's simmering along. It was much worse an hour ago. I know, now I remember the message I was supposed to 10-5 from Dave, and Chuck backed it up. Chuck and Dave said, you have enough property to get a wire up for 160 meters, and if you need assistance, call on me and I'll help you. I'll even build the antenna and help you put it up. But those guys want to have you join us on 160 meter AM.
Anybody hear me respond?
Am I doubling with you?
Yeah, I heard you.
Did I double with you, Train?
So I lost my...
You're having problems over there, I think. Night Train, you're having issues.
Radios.
Night Train, you're having a meltdown. Click twice if you can copy.
I think he said he's changing radios.
Wow, he can't even copy or anything. So I just wasted radio frequency energy passing forward a 10.5 that was not copied.
I heard it.
I don't think he wanted to hear it.
You think that's what that was all about?
I think so.
All right, I'm back, Pete. I'm sorry, man. I lost my receive on that radio.
Oh, wow. Because I unkeyed and you were talking and like, oh, were we doubling? Did you not get my message? But I remember the 10.5 specifics now.
All right, go ahead. Come on back with it.
Both Dave and Chuck told me they know, well, Chuck knows apparently, that you have enough room on your property to put up a 160-meter dipole, and they expect you to do something about that and join us on 160 meters amplitude modulated radio. If you need a dipole for 160 and don't want to or don't know how or don't have the materials, I will build one for you if you put it up and get on the air with us.
All right, duly noted. Yeah, man, I lost my receive on that. How many feet do you need? I mean, I would assume it starts at the house and then it goes out to a tree, and then you go from one tree to the next tree or whatever.
Well, you know, your typical dipole, you got two sides with a feed in the center, right? So the overall length is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 260 feet long. But if you do it as an inverted V, which works pretty well, you can get it in less linear space. But the trick is to get that feed point up as high as you can. So if you got a good high tree to hang that center, you can put them ends anywhere they'll fit. And even zigzagging or doing some weirdness to make it fit works. So if you say that you'll use it, I'll make you one.
Roger that. Yeah, let me think about that. See, my tall tree is all the way at the back end of the yard. It's not near the house. It's up the hill in the back on the property line. So that means I would have to get a wire to run up out there, and then it would go from there down to wherever you send it.
Well, you got to get your feed line to the center, but my suggestion is to use ladder line to feed it. It's better than coax. So I don't know if you have any ladder line. If you don't, I suggest getting it. It would be better to feed it with that, but coax will work, and I can make you a coaxial fed 160 meter dipole, and I'll come up there and help you figure out where to put it. But you're going to need either enough ladder line to get from your shack to its feed point, or coax to get from your shack to its feed point. The rest we can figure out.
Ladder line's the way to go.
Roger on that ladder line. Yeah, I would go with ladder. Now, if ladder line rode up against my coax, would that hurt anything? Because it could run right straight up that coax.
You don't want ladder line near kind of anything else that conducts because it interferes with it. It's a balanced line, so you don't want anything in close proximity to it that's also metal.
All right, then maybe I would have to select a different tree. We do have another big tree over in the hedgerow there. It would have to come down to the left and to the right of that tree. Yeah, well, let me think about it. I appreciate that. And send Dave and Chuck my regards, man, because I don't be around during the day too much, nohow, unless I'm not working. I'm semi-retired, but it seems like there's always something to do.
Well, 160 meters is not a daytime band. We typically get on, the earliest is maybe 6 o'clock, usually 6:30, 7 o'clock on Wednesdays and Sundays for sure, other nights on the occasion, and sometimes even later. On Sunday nights, I'll skip the soiree and stay on 160 meters talking with those guys. But the signals are amazing on that band. You got a full-size antenna. You don't need a whole lot of power, and it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful, and you know, you don't have to worry about being with stuffed shirt hams and gatekeepers and all that nonsense. You already know the folks. So anyway, I'm extending the invitation from those guys and me, and I'll do what I can to help you to get on that band and join us on 160. It's a great wintertime band for nighttime.
All right, that sounds nice, Pete. I have to give it some thought. I'll have to get on the phone with you on that. I got some issues. But yeah, that sounds real good. Maybe we could use the one tree on the side and you could get it to go one way and the other way. What you got to hook to on the other end after you make it up there with the ladder line? What'd you do? You have a ladder line and a balun?
Yeah, if you're going to feed it with ladder line, you use ladder line for like 100 feet and then put a 4-to-1 balun in, put coax in there to get it into the shack. That's kind of the easiest way. But I will build you the antenna free of charge. And then you just got to tell me how you want to feed it. If you want to feed it with coax, you want to feed it with ladder line. And if you're going to feed it with ladder line, you know, I could solder up the ladder line onto it and everything and make it copacetic. Coax, I can make it so you can just screw your coax into the center of it. So you gotta let me know which configuration you prefer, and then you know, I got enough wire here for free from work that I could build the actual dipole part for no cost. Throw some insulators on it, you know, egg insulators, you can hang it. I'll even come up there and help you hang the thing. I'll bring my bow and arrow and all.
Yeah, you would definitely have to help me hang it, because there's no way in the world I could get that thing up in the tree.
Ask Wayne. The bow and arrow with the fishing reel on it works for some pretty good heights. I'm probably good to at least 90 feet.
10 Roger, yeah. All right, so how does this thing work? The coax come in through my window. Somehow or another it hooks to a ladder line, and the ladder line hooks to two wires, a balun and two wires. Is that how that works?
So if you already have coax from your shack going out the house, as close to the house as you can kind of get would be the best. You put a 4-to-1 balun right there. Coax screws into the balun. It's got two lugs on it. You screw the ladder line to the other side where the two lugs are. The ladder line goes up to the both sides of the dipole.
Roger. Yeah, all right, so I think we'll have to talk on the phone about that. I'll let you know what the situation is. 10-4.
Yeah, and one other thing, if you have an antenna that size, that much wire, fed with 4-to-1 balun and ladder line, and you have a tuner, that antenna will tune from 6 meters to 160 meters, every HF band, no problem.
Yeah, then I can go ahead up onto the ham bands, because it's getting pretty bad down here. Dropping F-bomb. I can't even sandbag at night like I used to. Like the wife and I, you know, be laying around, and they dropping F-bombs, man. They tearing 13 up. 10-4, they tearing it up. All we worked for, man, during the week at night, ain't like it used to be.
We'll have to get in here more often and police the place a little bit, but yeah. You won't be ashamed to operate on 160 AM with us. You know, 80 meters most places, or you'll be fine. 40 meters most places, you'll be fine. But that antenna will work all the bands from 160 to 6 meters. It will tune and work.
Yeah, then I can fire up my ICOM 756 Pro.
Yes, you will. And if it has an internal tuner and you're just running 100 watts, that setup from the internal tuner through the coax, through the balun, through the ladder line, it will tune that antenna in the entire HF frequency range, as well as 160 meters, which is technically medium frequency.
10 Roger. All right, we're going to have to get together, Pete. 10-4.
Yep. Yep. Well, my complete and utter free time is sometimes Sunday and pretty much always Mondays and Tuesdays. So, other times are, subject to, conditions and terms.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that sounds great. Tell those guys thanks. Tell them they make me feel welcome, man.
Oh, yeah, we want to make you feel welcome. You got the ticket. Join us where nobody's going to bite your head off. We just sit back and have fun and talk on the radio. I myself and really enjoy talking with these guys on 160. The signals are amazing. Everybody's 10 to 20 over 9.
Roger that. Yeah, I wonder what happened to my poor little high gain. 623, man. All of a sudden I lost my receipt.
Oh man, that was your 623, huh? Maybe it's a matter of just pulling them boards out and cleaning the contacts and putting them boards back in. I know Dave has done that to his before, and when he's had some sort of issues. But anyway, I'm on the Snowman Memorial transmitter tonight.
Which one is that? I'm trying to think of which one was from Snowman.
The Barker and Williamson 5100B transmitter from Snowman. The National NC300 receiver from Ranger Rick.
Tim Roger. I'm on the Sonar 2340 with a D104 Silver Eagle.
Well, I am recording the gate, so check it out towards 1 hour and 50 minutes or so, and you'll like the way that sounds.
Yeah, I'm so sorry that the high gain had to go cut up. I got a lot of money in that rascal. I had it recapped and everything. Yeah, maybe them boards could use a little. I spanked it on the top of his head. It didn't come back. I guess, he's mad at me for negligence temporary.
Yeah, put some deoxit on the contacts and slide them back in and out. I remember Dave having that kind of issue, and that's what fixed it on his, but he's absent tonight because he's got that third shift thing going on occasion, so he's not here for any assistance tonight.
I figured that's what was going on. Anything from Bite Buster?
Bite Buster, you still in here? Oh man, he was in here for a while.
I still hear that skip out there, man. It's like a little boiling water.
Yeah, I even heard the Tater State Menace in there for a little bit, but he didn't hear us tonight. But I heard him.
Anyhow, I like the Sonar anyhow. It's relatively faithful.
Do you have an FS-23?
No, in fact, I let the 23 go. I decided that of all of the Sonars, I'd keep the 2340. That's the one with the PLL in there with the tubes.
Yep, Roger. I'm familiar with them. I have an FS-23, and it's on the block if anybody's interested.
The 23 is actually better. In fact, I think the 23 is the best one. It's like the Mark III versus the Mark IV. The 23 does not have modulation limiters in it.
Yeah, sure, you're right.
Good evening, Night Train.
Oh, good evening, Alley Cat.
Good evening, Night Train.
Hey, Joker, what's going on?
Not much. I'm on the old tube radio tonight. I think it's the first night I've made it all the way through on it. How's it sound to you?
Sounds real nice. It sounds nice, mellow. What you do? You found a little capacitor and everything?
So, funny story is, I have an old RCA tube radio that was from my grandparents' collection. It's been in my counter or my cabinet here for the last couple of years, and I
I thought there was a crystal in that. I didn't really know anything about the radio. So the other night, I had time, so I popped the radio apart, and there's a Channel 13 crystal in there. So that is the crystal I'm on.
That rascal working. That's beautiful, man. I'm glad for you.
Roger that. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's nice that it works. But I was saying earlier, and last night I was all with Alley Cat and JR. I've been ordering these crystals, so I think I have 3. I was telling Pete earlier. But the one I needed was in my cabinet the entire time.
Yeah, it's funny like that, but, you know, it was nice you had. I got a radio here now that I believe there's a crystal downstairs in the closet inside of another one. But I need the time to tear the 2 of them apart and figure out which one is 13.
Yeah, that's sometimes the thing, taking stuff apart. And then I had bought a Browning SST little mobile off of eBay, really cheap. And unfortunately, it's a little off tune, so I don't think I'll be using that on the radio. But to get back to what you were saying to Peter earlier, yeah, I think people think, you know, when, you know, Classic Radio Roundup or Sideband Sunday's over, that the channel goes back to a free-for-all. And, you know, I'm not going to say anything, but, yeah, it does get a little weird at times.
Yeah, you know, my wife and I used to sit and, you know, listen sometimes, you know, we're in a room and I'll be laying there, a sandbag, I'll have it on. You know, years ago we used to listen to Iron Rail. I think Pete might remember Iron Rail. And I forget the other guy's name off the top of my head. It wasn't Domino's. I forget, but he was over in Jersey, and the 2 of them used to be in there at night. My wife used to like listening to the guy. She said, there's the professor, he's on at night. And that guy, he knew how to hold a conversation, man. He'll take a bolt out of an engine, man, and pick that rascal apart, man. Tell you the kind of metals in the bolt that keeps it from, you know, being able to withstand the 400 degrees and the threads and you know, the type of stamping on the head, and he just knew how to hold a conversation. You take a piece of wood and he'll give you the history on that rascal.
The professor.
Yeah, like what Pete said earlier too. Yeah, maybe we just need to try to get this channel, you know, back in order, because it's been the last couple months I've noticed the difference, and you know, obviously you said, you know, you guys have noticed the difference, but not on classic radio, but you know, after hours and other nights of the week.
Yeah, I think somebody else is in here. Do we have a break? Did I hear Bassmaster?
Nah, I think I banged heads a little bit. Yeah, there's a couple people, I won't name names at the moment, but they need smacking sometimes, even during the roundup. They're like, yo, yo, yo.
I almost keyed up and just straightened it right out. I don't like to do that, you know, because that shows the other side of me, man. But I'm like, man, must be reasonable. How did you find it? It was clean when you found it? Then keep it clean. You ain't got to junkie it all up. There's nothing to be gained.
I think we're going on somewhere around 15 years on this channel, keeping it clean, and, you know, put the word out that we don't put up with, you know, all that. You could talk even like shady a little bit, but keep it clean. Like there's innuendo, and then there's downright dirty. Like we don't put up with the downright dirty, but we're fine with some innuendos and humor and whatnot. So have your fun, but keep the barroom talk off the Channel 13 is all. And you know, I know we do a pretty active job of that during the soiree and the roundup. Maybe we need to do a better job the rest of the time. Those of us are in here, like, hey, yo. There's people at Sandbag here, and you know, we're doing the best to keep one channel from going down the gutter.
Roger on the gutter. Yeah, man. All right, so enough said about that. So there was one other operator there. I forget who it was, but he keyed up and said hello.
Well, the door is open for any other operators that want to join the Classic Radio Roundup.
Breaker. Go ahead out there, Breaker. Go ahead, Breaker.
Go ahead, Breaker.
Oh, I can only hear so many people. This is Misfit checking in up there. I'm up there at 78 from the excavator. He's up there on 78.
Oh, is that, I can't remember your handle, but you were down here on 422 on the excavator. Is that the same guy?
Yes, sir, that's me. Yeah, Misfit. They call me Misfit. Yeah, I'm up there west of, about 5 miles west of Route 100 on Interstate 78.
Roger, on the west of 100 on Route 78. Yeah, the Misfit. That's it. The Misfit. You were down here on 422. Man, I hear you just as good, maybe even better up there on 78 than I heard you down on 422. So, anyway, Spitfire, welcome to the Roundup. Sounding good from your excavator.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, actually, my car right next to an excavator, but yeah, I got a little fire in the wire tonight. That's helping me out.
Yeah, well, it's working for you. Let me step to the side and see who else is out here can work you up there, Misfit. Good to hear you on. Hope you're a regular again on the Classic Radio Roundup. Sounding good tonight there, Misfit. Spitfire on the side.
How about that Misfit? You got a copy on Joker?
I hear you, Joker.
Roger that, man. Yeah, you're sounding good down here. I got a good copy on you. All right, I'll step back. Let's see if anybody else can copy you.
Got it, Misfit. Night Train. Want to just wave the hand before you go? I hear you, Night Train. You must have turned some power up there because I couldn't hear you earlier. Yeah, well, sometimes it gets a little challenging, but I got a copy on you there, 10-4. Sorry, what was that? I said I got a pretty good copy on you, but I got some skip in my receive, too, 10-4. Oh, yeah, copy that. Yeah, nice to hear from you, man. I kind of miss you down here on 422. We did all we can do. We'll be back from work, probably. 10 Roger, are you working up there on 78, or you just happen to be out there? You working? Yeah, we're working. We're doing the same thing up here at Interstate 78. We're doing patches again. 10 Roger. All right, well, look for us, man. Sometime we're in there at night there, Roger. Yep. I want to make a point to try to come in here on Wednesdays. I don't think I'm doing any Sundays, so I won't be no sideband Sunday for me. 10 Roger. All right, let me step aside, but somebody else might want to say hello. Misfit, Night Train, I'm back quiet.
Yeah, just check in on 13 on other nights during the week. You know, Monday nights, I know Monday nights can get active, Saturday nights, other nights through the week. It's not just Wednesday. Wednesday just sort of organized, you know, scheduled for sure. But, you know, those other locals will pop in here on Wednesday, other nights during the week. So if you got the time, stop by and say hello. Good to hear you on, Misfit. Sounding good from up there around 78 and 100, 441 of Spitfire.
Yeah, I heard some talking going on Monday night, but I didn't get a chance to respond. I don't think they could hear me. I didn't have no fire in the wire there.
I'm actually surprised how active Monday nights get. I mean, Monday nights one of my nights off from work. I've been starting to get in here more regular because, oh wow, there are people out here on Monday nights. So I know Monday nights are kind of active.
Yeah, as soon as you 10 o'clock till I can get to the radio.
Oh yeah, I get it. You're at work and all that, so you can get it when you can get it. But you know, it's good to know that you're in there and, you know, pop in when you can. You know, people are in and out and around and about, but the channel's not completely dead all the time.
Right. Yeah, I just wanted to pop in here and say hello because it's been a while since it's been a few weeks since I heard from you guys.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, we do, I do video gates. I record all the Wednesday night sessions. So I don't know if you're aware of that or not. But if you are and you want to get on YouTube and check out how you're making it into my station, I'll tell you how to get there.
I believe I am subbed to you already.
All right. Well, if you already know how to get there you are. You made it into the video gate again tonight. Of course, you're towards the end of the session, a little after the 2-hour mark, and I don't plan on staying in here much longer. But you did make tonight's video gate, so check it out sometime tomorrow.
Better late than never. Hey, was that you that said you had an FS-23 available?
Yeah, Roger.
How much you want for that?
A Ben Franklin and a Grant.
Copy. Well, yeah, if you still have it after probably around Christmas, till I get laid off, until I have time to go over there your way to pick it up. I'll purchase it if you don't sell before then.
Chances are pretty good I'll still have it because I'm not like actively promoting online or anything selling this stuff. I'm trying to sell it locally if I can. That way I can just meet up with the people and do the handover and all that, and there's no shipping nonsense involved. I mean, I'll even drive a little bit and meet you halfway or whatever. So I'd rather sell it, on that basis than trying to sell the crap online. So, if you're interested, I'll keep you in mind and leave it sit there.
Yeah, sounds like a deal. The wattage, only a couple watts putting out, barefoot.
Yeah, the radio works fine as it's supposed to work. It's around 3 watts, dead key, But the radio is pretty good shape, and it's all aligned, good tubes and everything. Doesn't need any work. You can plug it in, it uses a 1/4-inch phone jack microphone plug, so you need that. There's no microphone with it because I got my own. I'm not going to let it go. I need it for other radios, but you got a microphone, you plug it in, it's going to work.
Sounds perfect.
It's in real good shape. It's not beat up or nothing like that, and it works like it's supposed to. So it's a real good radio, but I need to thin things out here because I got other things in mind. So if you're interested, I'll leave it sit there. I won't promote that one so much.
Okay, yeah, like I said, but if someone else does get it, no problem, no rush, no hard feelings, nothing like that. So it'll probably be after Christmas or around Christmas.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no rush. I'd rather do the local deal than the online deal. It's just, to me, that's more how life should be. And as a bonus, I get to meet folks.
Yeah, I could probably just email you through your YouTube page,
Yeah. You drop a comment in the YouTube. I don't see them right away, but I, once or twice a week, I check the comments on the YouTube page. So if you comment on the latest gate, I'll get it.
Sounds good.
I just wanted to quick jump in here, Misfit. I was going to say, I do a video gate. I'm doing one tonight, too. So I don't know if you found the Joker 427 page, but you can see the gate tonight. Well, gate from tonight the next day or two.
Yes, I definitely have subscribed to you. I remember watching a couple of years.
All right, 10-4. Thank you.
All right, you got the video gate from 2 different perspectives tonight then on the Classic Radio Roundup.
Yeah, 2 different locations.
Joker, I'd like you to send me the link to yours, man. I got to get it in because I can't never remember it.
10-4. 10-4. Yeah, I'll send you the link.
Checking for.
Yeah, some of us are a little more technologically challenged than others.
Yeah, you better believe it.
Yeah, the wife that's on that. The wife changed phone carriers again on me, and you deal with it. So anyway, so she changed phone carriers yesterday on her phone, and she goes, "That's it. We're going over to the store tonight. We're gonna change your phone." I'm like, "Okay, you handle it." I went with her. We go in there. She talks to the guy, same salesman as last night. "Oh yeah, I remember you." Blah blah blah. They get rolling on. I just handed them my phone. I said, "Don't ask me to do anything. Here's the phone." And they took care of it. They did all the pushing buttons and selecting selections, and I just sat there. 10 minutes later, my phone was changed, new carrier. Like, all right, thanks, see ya.
There you go.
I don't want to mess with all that nonsense.
Now, your YouTube page, that's 441 BSA 1968.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Copy. Good enough. Thank you, sir.
No, thank you, especially if you're a subscriber. Thank you. I'm up to 240 subscribers, and I never thought that would happen.
Copy that. All right, I'm back on the side. Hey, Brick.
When I got over 25 subscribers in the beginning, I was totally floored by that. Never thought I'd see over 200. Go ahead, Brager.
Yeah, Meatball Bandit here. What's going on, fellas?
Hello, Meatball Bandit. Welcome to the end of the roundup. At least on my end, it's the end.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to last too much longer the same way. Hey, is that Misfit out there?
That is the Misfit out there. He's at a new location, 78-100 thereabouts.
78-100. Where's that at?
Route 78, east-west interstate, Route 100, State Road, north-south.
I'll have to look that up on the map. I know 78. I can barely hear him out there. I was just curious. I can hear you, Meatball.
He says he hears you, Meatball.
Oh, nice. Yeah, out to Makwa. That's a hike. I was just curious what he's running there. Well, I didn't copy too much of that one, but I can barely hear him. He's crawling across the floor.
Yeah, go through your setup again.
What was that?
He wants to know what your setup is. Radio, power, antenna.
Oh, I got this one here is an 8-tone quad 6 Striker 810 antenna, and with some fire wire.
Did you copy that, Bandit?
Yep, yes sir. Yeah, I kind of heard a little bit of it. Word. Yeah, sounds like the quad 6 with the Striker antenna.
Yeah, but a little kicker. So there you go. Yeah, that's yeah, Tamaka was above that intersection. I'm trying to remember what the heck the name of that intersection is, and I know what it is. I just old time disease is blocking my brain.
Yeah. Oh, I know it's out there. Trexler Town.
Thank you, Trexler Town. That's it.
Oh yeah. Go Rooster. Yeah, right by the interchange for Northeast Extension. Hello. Howdy, what's going on, Rooster?
I was going to say, Meatball Bandit, you should be able to hear him if he's up that way, right?
Hi, Meatball Bandit.
It's a meatball.
What's going on, fellas? Yeah, I was I heard Misfit in there. I had to get a hold of him. I was curious if he was running that console too, but I guess not. No, he's on that one that had the little.
That's Rooster running the console too.
I thought about running my console too tonight, but I got in here so late I didn't have time to dig it out.
You missed Night Train. Night Train, you missed Top Gun. He popped in tonight on a SBE Land Command.
Yeah, that's a nice radio. How did he sound?
Sounded really good, like an SBE should. Oh yeah, it was good to hear from him. It's been a while, but he popped in on that Land Command and he was owning the place. And that was when the skip land noise was a lot louder, and he was cutting right through that mess.
That's a nice radio.
Yeah, I have not heard a bad SBE, period. I think all of them are good. They even got ham radios out there, SBE.
Sideband engineers, that's where they started making ham radios.
That was a what command?
SBE Land Command. It's like their top of the line CB.
I'm gonna look that up.
It's a big beast of a radio, clock and everything, lots of knobs and switches.
It's the top of the line for SBE. I think it is anyway.
Yeah, I think so too, but the odd thing is it doesn't have sideband like the console 2.
Isn't that interesting? So maybe the console 2 is the top of the line.
Kind of makes you wonder, but that Land Command certainly seems like a top of the line looking radio. The way it looks, it's big and full featured looking, and
Oh I hope it's not like that DAC. You know, that's big.
Yeah, the DAC is a big empty box.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not even a real tube radio. It's solid state with a tube final.
I thought my console 5 was going to save the day, but it was a big dud.
The console 5 is a good radio.
Yeah, it's all smoke-filled and it needs work. It needs to be recapped, I guess, and everything. I think the finals are going in it.
I like my SBE Trinidad. Again, that's a big box with not much radio in it. But that god thing has good audio fidelity receive and good audio fidelity transmit. And it's not a bad looking radio, but it takes up a lot more space than it really needs to. But I guess that's what makes it sound good on the receive. I don't know, big empty box.
Nice big 4-inch speaker in there.
Alley Cat, when did you get it?
A couple months ago.
All right, man. So you hitting and missing. You starting to be like that night train.
Yeah, I got quite a few here now.
Roger that.
Yeah, I really wanted that console 5, man. That thing was beautiful, and it's just all tar and nicotine, and it needs to be, completely redone.
Hey, Pete.
Countywide.
You remember that Honda CB radio that I was on? And you said you didn't know I had it and everything, and it was sounding good and everything?
Yeah, but don't be caught in the dark with your Johnson out playing with your Handic.
Yeah, I know about that. But, I got a switch box over here that's like a custom, like a ham radio built. It handles about 12 radios. And I had that Handic still engaged, and then I got on one of my other radios and ran a little bump, and it burnt out something in that Handic, man. Not the receive, but it doesn't transmit anymore as a result of me not disengaging that one switch. They double pole, single throw, double pole switches. So when they're in the middle, they're not engaged. But when you flip it, it's engaged. And if you flip another one, you can engage it. But you need to take the other one out because the RF travels in the box. And I was running the little Fat Boy 2-pill. And then after that, the Handic wouldn't transmit no more.
Yeah, I don't know from here. Doesn't sound like, unless you hit it straight with RF in from another radio out. I don't know. Those switches usually have pretty good isolation and not affect the actual receive, but affects the transmit. Yeah, I don't know where to go with that. That's a sandbagger troubleshooting issue. If it could be troubleshot from the far away kind of thing. I don't know where to go with that.
Yeah, I think I burnt out some little diode or something. I don't know what I did. But yeah, this thing is a handcrafted switch box. Probably was made back in the 60s. And it's got them big, beautiful toggle switches on it. And it'll handle 12 radios. It's got one output and 6 on one side and 6 on the other side inputs. So, you kind of hang it up and then run all your radios to it, and whatever radio you're running, you flip the switch. Well, I didn't disengage it, and I got to talking on one of the other radios, and that thing was still engaged, so it was feeding directly into the back of it.
Yeah, it sounds like you did pop some sort of diode. Must be diode switching transmit or something, and then that popped the diode or something. That's kind of what it sounds like on my first inclination. Yeah, I use regular RF coaxial switches, and actually the only ones that I switch between on transmitters is my ham rigs. I got 4-position switch and 1 output, so any one of 4 transmitters go into that switch out to my antenna tuner with my antenna switches on that. But my CB radios, there's 1 switch over there. I will switch over to the antenna, and I just move radios in and out, 1 coax. There's 1 radio in place, and it gets hooked up, and never 2 at the same time kind of situation like that. So yeah, I kind of did something like what you're talking about in the past with a multi-gang switch, and I had some sort of issues like that with bad isolation. But this particular one for my ham rigs has got good isolation. It's a Delta switch, pretty good company. But for the CB radios, I don't do that. I just physically change the coax over to the radio I'm going to use, and in the long run, that actually became easier.
Yeah, one thing I have to do is just remember, so that's what I did today before I engage, make sure that nobody's online. Because that was probably the weakest one. I never had that problem in any of the other ones. But yeah, man, I must have hit some detector circuit and blew out a diode. And now I want it back because I liked how beautiful the thing sounded, but all of the incoming for a transistorized radio was like superb. The quality was like of a ham radio.
Yeah, well, is there a TR relay in there? If not, then it's diode switching, and you probably blew out one of them diodes in the diode switching in place of the relay.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's diode switching, and I don't even know where that's located. I don't know nothing about inside of that radio. If I did, then if I could find 2 diodes laying side by side or something, and I knew that was it, then I'd go in here and replace it.
Well, I think it might be more than 2 diodes. I think it might be 4, but I'm not certain of that. And I don't know that radio at all. However, if I had the schematic and the radio, I could probably point out which diodes we're talking about. But without a schematic, looking at the radio, I would just be guessing. But with the schematic, I could actually come up with some intelligent information. So it's just like driving down the road without a GPS or a road atlas. You're just guessing on where you're going. That's the same thing with working on radios. Like, without a schematic, I'm just guessing.
Yeah, nowadays, man, I don't even really want to drive without my GPS. I was down there on the main line, somewhere down there around Wayne today. And the GPS said, there's accidents on 422. There's a delay, but you're still on the fastest route.
Yeah, I hate when that happens. I'm on the highway. I'm doing 5 miles an hour on the highway, but the GPS says, you're on the fastest route. Like that, how could that possibly be? Anyway, it's getting kind of late, and I need to roll off to the side. So it's long past normal classic radio roundup hours, and I'm gonna go. Although I could keep going, but then I'll be paying for it later, and you know how that goes. So anyway, I want to thank everyone for all the fun tonight on Classic Radio Roundup 27115. Plenty of check-ins. The video gate will be available sometime tomorrow before lunchtime. Appreciate all the participation. 441 Countywide Radio saying 7-3, and thanks for the fun to everybody.
Oh, man. All right, Countywide. Catch you later.
See you, Pete.
See you later, Pete. Later, Pete. Pete, make sure you send my regards to the boys.
Catch you later, man.
Later.
Roger. 10-4. Will do.
I am still running the gate. I'm at 2 hours and 38 minutes. So I figured I'd run this for a little bit and then call it.
10-4. To the Misfit, how's he sounding up there?